If your morning erections have disappeared, if you've started waking up dry, flat, and frustrated, if you've looked down, wondering where your strength went, let me tell you something that might hit hard but could change everything. It's not just your age. It's not your stress. And it sure as hell isn't just in your head. It might be the food you're eating, every single day, right there in your fridge or on your plate, without you even realizing it. It's quietly stealing your manhood. I've seen this too many times. Men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who thought they were just getting old. But behind closed doors, they're ashamed, avoiding intimacy, hiding it from their partners, and secretly wondering if they've lost what made them feel like a man. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you've stopped initiating. Maybe your partner's noticed. Maybe you've even started to accept it as your new reality. But here's what no one is telling you. Erections don't just disappear overnight. They fade slowly, bit by bit. As your blood vessels get weaker, your hormones crash, and your body starts starving for the very nutrients that once made you feel alive. And I'm here to tell you this. It doesn't have to stay that way. Hi, I'm Dr. Marcus Hayes. I'm a men's health specialist and urologist with over 30 years of experience helping older men, just like you, regain control of their sexual health naturally. No needles, no blue pills. Just the truth and the tools that actually work. I've sat across from thousands of men who've said, "Doc, I thought this part of my life was over." But after just a few small changes, their energy came back, their confidence returned, and their erections, well, let's just say, the bedroom got a whole lot more exciting. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 powerful foods, real, everyday foods, that can make a dramatic difference in your performance. Not myths, not gimmicks. Science-backed, real results. And the third food? Almost no man over 60 is eating it, but it might just be the key to restoring your sex drive, your blood flow, and your bedroom confidence in ways you haven't felt in years. Stick with me because we're going deep. I'll even show you one bonus nutrient that acts like nature's own little blue pill, without the side effects. Now before we jump in, I want to hear from you. If you're ready for the truth, without the embarrassment, the pills, or the doctor's office, drop a simple, "I'm ready" in the comments. That's all. Just, "I'm ready." Let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is Senior Health Tips, and every week I bring you real answers for real men, without the fluff or fake promises. Because if there's one thing I've learned in 30 years of treating men's health, it's that the moment you think you're too old to fix it is usually the moment you're one step away from taking your power back. Let me tell you about Tom. Tom was 65 when he first came to see me. Retired, soft-spoken, always wore the same navy blue cap and a wedding band he kept nervously twisting during our conversation. He didn't come in for a prescription. He came in because he felt broken. He said, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore." He told me his erections were inconsistent. Sometimes he'd get halfway there, sometimes nothing at all. And it was ruining his confidence, his marriage, his peace of mind. Now here's what hit me hard. Tom thought this was just his fate. He figured it was normal, part of getting old. He was even wondering if his wife still looked at him the same. But what Tom didn't know, and what most men are never told, is that his issue had very little to do with testosterone, and everything to do with blood flow. You see, an erection is not magic. It's not just about being turned on. And it's definitely not all about testosterone. It's a blood flow event. Plain and simple. Your body has to pump blood through tiny, delicate arteries down to your penis. And it has to do it fast, with force, and with no resistance. But over time, those blood vessels get stiff. They clog up. Years of processed food, too much sugar, fried snacks, stress, and sitting around, it all adds up. Little by little, your arteries start to narrow. Blood doesn't flow like it used to. And your erections? They start to fade. First, it's just a weaker morning wood. Then it's harder to maintain during intimacy. And before long, it's like your body just won't respond anymore. And here's the part that most men don't realize. It's not your age. It's not that you're broken. It's your circulation. If your heart has to work harder to send blood to your penis than to your brain, that's not age. That's a warning sign. Now here's what really surprised Tom. He had spent months trying testosterone creams, libido supplements, even those shady gas station pills. And nothing worked. Why? Because he was trying to fix the engine when the fuel lines were clogged. No amount of testosterone in the world can help you if your blood can't flow. This is where most men go wrong. They focus on boosting hormones when they should be opening the pipes. So I told Tom what I'm about to tell you. Before you touch a pill, before you chase another supplement, before you spend a single dollar, you must restore blood flow. That's the real foundation of every firm, lasting, satisfying erection. Because when your arteries are flexible, when your blood is flowing freely, when oxygen is reaching every inch of your body the way it's supposed to, that's when your body responds again. That's when your confidence comes back. That's when your manhood feels alive again. And the best part? You don't need surgery. You don't need drugs. You don't even need a prescription. You just need the right foods. Foods that clean out your blood vessels, relax your arteries, and turn the lights back on in your bedroom. And that's exactly what we're about to dive into. So if you're still here, still listening, that tells me one thing: you're serious about changing this. And you're ready to hear what works. Let's start with the first food. A surprising, sweet root that's more powerful than most pills on the market. We'll get into that next. Now, let's talk about a food that's been hiding in plain sight: beets. Yes, the same deep red root you probably saw as a kid and pushed off your plate. Most men pass right by it in the grocery store. No clue that it might be the single most powerful food for restoring blood flow where it matters most. Here's what makes beets so important. They're loaded with natural nitrates. Not the bad kind found in processed meats, but the clean, plant-based nitrates your body loves. Once inside you, these nitrates get converted into a little molecule called nitric oxide. Now, if you've never heard of nitric oxide, listen close, because it's the very thing that opens up your blood vessels, relaxes them, so blood can move faster, fuller, stronger. No nitric oxide? No erection. It's that simple. Let me share a story with you. Fred was 69, former truck driver, straight shooter, came into my office and said, "Doc, it's like my gear's stuck in neutral. I can't get going. I can't stay going." We looked at his lifestyle. He wasn't overweight. He was active. He didn't drink. But he was eating all the wrong things, and none of the foods that support blood flow. I gave him one simple suggestion. Drink beet juice 3 times a week. That's it. No myths. No big changes. Just a glass of beet juice in the morning before breakfast 3 times a week. 2 weeks later, Fred came back grinning. "Doc, morning wood. First time in months." My wife noticed before I did. Beets are easy. You can roast them, juice them, shred them into salads. Just don't overboil them, that kills the nitrates. And stay away from canned beets drowned in sugar or vinegar. This isn't about taste. It's about restoring the flow to the place you've been missing it most. All right, ready for food number 2? Because this next one is tiny, it's crunchy, and it's probably sitting in someone's pantry right now collecting dust. Now let's talk about something so small most men overlook it. Brosilnoids. These aren't just any nuts. They're loaded with something your body is begging for: selenium. And here's the thing. Selenium isn't just some vitamin trivia from a bottle label. It's critical for testosterone production, sperm health, and your prostate. And yet, over 50% of men over 60 are deficient in it and don't even know it. When selenium levels drop, everything starts slipping. Your energy, your mood, your libido, your drive just fades. Let me tell you about George. George was 72. He wasn't complaining of ED at first, he just said he felt flat. No energy.
No excitement.
Nothing to look forward to. He told me, "Doc, I used to be a lion. Now I'm just a house cat." We checked his blood. Sure enough, selenium levels were way low. So what did we do? No expensive injections. No hormone therapy. Just 2 Brazil nuts a day. That's it. 3 weeks later, George walked in brighter, standing taller. And he told me, "I don't know what those nuts are doing, Doc, but I feel like something's waking up. Here's your tip. Eat 2 Brazil nuts a day. Not more. Because too much selenium can be just as bad as too little. Stick with 2. With your breakfast. Or as a midday snack. It's simple, it's natural, and it's a quiet way to restore the fire you thought was gone." Now let's move to food number 3, and this one is going to surprise you. Most men avoid chocolate because they think it's full of sugar. And most of the time, they're right. But not all chocolate is created equal. Dark chocolate, real dark chocolate, is a hidden weapon for better blood flow. I'm talking about 85% cacao or higher. Not candy bars. Not milk chocolate. But raw, rich, dark chocolate that's pure and powerful. You see, dark chocolate is full of flavonols, plant compounds that boost nitric oxide, lower blood pressure, and improve blood vessel function. It's essentially doing the same thing as beet juice, but in dessert form. Let me tell you about Richard. Richard was 66 and had a big problem. He couldn't get through foreplay. He said the signal would start, but then his body would just quit on him halfway through. He'd lost all confidence. And the anxiety, that made it worse. I told him to try one thing, 1 square of 90% dark chocolate per day after lunch. 3 weeks in, Richard called me, not even for an appointment. He just said, "Doc, I don't know what kind of magic is in that chocolate, but I made it through the whole night, start to finish. And I didn't need a single pill. Dark chocolate works. Just keep it clean. 80 to 90% cacao. Organic if possible. A square or 2 a day, don't overdo it. You'll get the benefits of nitric oxide, plus a mood boost, plus a hit of magnesium, which helps you relax and lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that crushes libido. So next time someone tells you chocolate is bad for you, smile and say, "Not if you're using it right." These are just the first 3 steps. But there's one more thing. A nutrient that doesn't come from food. And if you're low on it, none of this may work like it should. We'll talk about that next. Now, we've talked about blood flow. We've talked about food. But there's one last piece of the puzzle. And most men are missing it entirely. It's not something you cook. It's not something you sprinkle on your plate. It's something your body makes from the sun. I'm talking about vitamin D3. And let me be clear, this isn't just a vitamin. This is one of the most powerful hormones in your body. In fact, I often call it the erection hormone, because when your D3 levels are low, which they are in most men over 60, you start to see the symptoms pile up: fatigue, depression, low libido, and yes, weak, inconsistent erections. Here's the science. Vitamin D3 plays a direct role in testosterone production. It also boosts nitric oxide, the same molecule we talked about with beets and chocolate. But most importantly, D3 keeps your blood vessels flexible and reduces the silent inflammation that chokes off circulation over time. Without it, your whole system slows down. Even if you're eating the right foods, even if you're exercising, even if you're doing everything right, something still feels off. That's exactly what happened with David. David was 66. He was clean eating, walking daily, sleeping well. But he came to me frustrated, saying, "Doc, I've been doing it all, and nothing's changing. I feel stuck." We ran his labs, and there it was, dangerously low vitamin D3. We started him on a simple supplement, 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 per day. Nothing fancy, just the right dose of what his body was missing. 3 weeks later, I got an email from him. Subject line, "You were right." In the message, he wrote, I didn't expect much. But doc, I feel clear. I'm sleeping better. And last night, I woke up in the middle of the night for the first time in years, with an erection I hadn't seen since my 40s. That's what vitamin D3 does. It reignites the system. And the best part? You don't even need a pill if you're getting 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight every day. Just roll up your sleeves and step into the sun with your morning coffee. But if you're indoors a lot, or it's winter, or you're in a place without much sunlight, a daily D3 supplement is non-negotiable. Just make sure it's D3, not D2. And always take it with a meal that includes healthy fat, like eggs, olive oil, or nuts. For better absorption, vitamin D3 is simple. It's cheap, but it might just be the game changer you've been missing. Now let's take everything we've learned and put it all together into one simple, powerful meal. Because this isn't about dieting. It's not about restriction. It's about nourishment. It's about building one plate, a plate that supports your testosterone, your blood flow, your manhood. Let's build your ED recovery meal right now. So here it is. If you're wondering, okay, doc, how do I start? What do I eat? This is your answer. Imagine one plate, just one, built to fire up your blood flow, fuel your hormones, and bring back the confidence that's been slipping away. Start with this, a grilled beet and arugula salad. Roast your beets, don't boil them. Slice them warm over a bed of fresh arugula. Why arugula? Because it's loaded with natural nitrates just like beets, doubling your blood flow boost. Drizzle with extra virgin olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. That alone? You're already halfway there. Next, add 2 Brazil nuts on the side. Tiny, powerful, selenium-packed. Eat them whole. Chew slow. Let them do their job. Then for dessert, 1 square of 85% dark chocolate. Rich, bitter, and bold. It feeds your nitric oxide and helps lower stress. That's blood flow and libido in one bite. And finally, drink a glass of pomegranate juice. Another blood flow booster. Naturally sweet, rich in antioxidants, and proven to support erection strength and endurance. If you want to go all in, take your vitamin D3 supplement with that meal, or get 15 minutes of sun afterward. Either way, you've now covered the entire foundation for stronger erections, without touching a single pill. Here's what happens when men start eating this way 2 to 3 times per week. They start waking up harder. They feel more energy, more clarity. They start initiating again instead of avoiding. And their partners, let's just say, they notice the difference. You don't have to eat this every single day. But if you commit to it just a few times a week, you'll be feeding your body the tools it needs to rebuild itself from the inside out. You're not punishing yourself. You're giving your body what it's been starving for. Now, I know we've covered a lot, but if you're still watching, it tells me something. You're not ready to give up. You're still in the fight, and that's the first step to getting your power back. In just a moment, I'm going to wrap all of this up with a final message you don't want to miss. Stay with me because what I'm about to say might just change how you see aging. For good. Let's take a step back for a moment. Because I know this isn't just about food. It's not just about nutrients or blood vessels or hormones. It's about how you feel. It's about what this part of your life represents. When a man starts losing his strength in the bedroom, it's not just physical. It hits something deeper. You start to feel invisible, less confident, less capable, like something essential has slipped away, and you're not sure how to get it back. And let's be honest, when you feel like you can't perform, you don't just avoid intimacy. You avoid yourself. You stop looking in the mirror the same way. You hold back with your partner. You hesitate to even hope things can change. Because deep down, you're scared they won't. But I'm here to tell you this. It's not over. You are not broken. You are not done. You just need to stop fighting aging and start fueling recovery. Your body hasn't betrayed you. It's been begging for support. And once you give it what it needs, it responds. Sometimes faster than you ever expected. I've seen men come back from the edge of giving up, men who felt like the best parts of their life were behind them, only to find out those parts weren't gone. They were just buried. Buried under bad habits, old advice, and silent inflammation. And now that you know what works, you can dig them out. You can take control. So here's what I want you to do. Don't just listen and walk away. Pick one thing. Just one. Add beets to your dinner. Snack on Brazil nuts. Step outside and let the sun hit your skin for 15 minutes. Start somewhere today. Don't wait for another disappointing night. Don't wait for your partner to start wondering what's going on. Don't wait until shame pushes you deeper into silence. You've got a choice right now. A chance to turn the page. Not just in your performance, but in how you carry yourself, how you feel when you wake up, and how you connect with the people who love you. Because your body wants to heal. It wants to perform. It wants to feel strong. It just needs the right tools. This isn't magic. It's not some overnight trick. It's biology. It's science. And it's real. The truth is, every man faces this moment at some point. The question is, what do you do with it? Do you sit in silence and accept the decline? Or do you take back control, one step at a time? Because the second option, that's the one that brings you back to life. And I'll be right here, guiding you every step of the way. All right, let's take a moment to breathe, because we've covered a lot. But the truth is simple. It all comes down to blood flow, not testosterone, not prescriptions, not expensive treatments, just blood flow. Healthy circulation is the key to waking up firm, staying strong during intimacy, and reconnecting with the part of yourself you may have forgotten. And now you know the tools to help restore it. Beets, your natural nitric oxide booster. Brazil nuts, small but mighty, feeding your testosterone and protecting your prostate. Dark chocolate, clean, rich, and surprising in its power to support blood vessel health. Vitamin D3, the forgotten hormone, critical for restoring performance and drive. Add these up, and you're not just changing your diet, you're changing your future. Now let me ask you something. Which one of these have you already tried? Or do you have your own family remedy? Something passed down, something that works? Drop it in the comments below. Your comment might help another man silently suffering. Someone who hasn't said a word, but is feeling everything you've felt. We're in this together. No shame, no judgment, just a brotherhood of men taking back control. And if anything in this video gave you a spark, a little clarity, a little hope, if you felt even one moment where you thought, maybe I can get this part of me back, then please subscribe to Senior Health Tips. This channel isn't about chasing views. It's about speaking truth, providing real solutions, and honoring the dignity of men who refuse to give up. We do this every week. Real talk, real answers.
No fluff. No BS.
And if you hit that like button, you'll help this video reach another man who needs it just as badly as you once did. So here's how I want to close. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are not finished. You've got decades ahead of you, not just to survive, but to thrive, to wake up with energy, to stand tall with confidence, to show up fully for your partner, with presence, strength, and desire. You are still a man, and this is your second prime. So go live it with strength, with courage, and with love. Until next time, I'm Dr. Marcus Hayes. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.